So we are here to present cosmic energies for spiritual and personal growth. Before I make my introduction on who I am or what we do, let me play you a little video that I think will do a better introduction than I can possibly do. Does a better introduction.
Hi, my name is Lee Carroll. I'm the channeler for Cryon. I'm standing here in this beautiful place in Lake Shasta with great energy to deliver a very short message to you about my friends, Nadja and Ilya. Now, I'm not doing this video because they're my friends. I've known them for years, but I've also seen the spiritual growth in what they have discovered and what they're doing. The whole idea of potential activation is what Cryon has taught for 23 years. It's not about rules and lists, not necessarily about processes. It's about the activation of the potentials in every single human being. It goes beyond just healing. It goes to getting in touch with the cosmic force. It goes in getting in touch with the core. What is starting to happen here is what we expected in 2013 and beyond. New things and concepts that you've not heard of before, which start to help the individual, not as groups, but one at a time. So I endorse what they're doing. And I tell you that if you want to take a closer look at what they have, not because they're my friends, but because they have really started to accept what Cryon has taught is possible for the human being. Thank you for listening.
Now, why Potential Activation Center? In our center, we believe that every person has an immense potential for whatever they would like to be. Whether it's a spiritual healer, channeler, earth angel, or anything that comes into your mind, you do have that potential. The thing is that in most cases, you need somebody else's help to activate it. Now, in our case, what we do it through the help of cosmic energies. And the reason why we have a pineal gland, and another quote from our dear friend Lee Carroll here, is that all the activations in your life, whether it's through our cosmic energies or something else, are done using your pineal gland. The pineal gland is a small gland at the back of your head that is literally the third eye that Hindus are talking about. And this is a doorway to your subconscious and the doorway to what lies beneath the veil. So just to be upfront, there are many ways to do it, not just what we do. And in this quote, I don't know if everybody can read it, so the pineal gland is a window to innate, the smart body, an intuitive spiritual thought. There are many levels, there are many keys to that door, but they will work only through the activation of the pineal gland, one way or another. Todavakaitis does it through the tones, Andrea Ferrella does it through the art, Robert Coxon does it through music, and Ilya and Nadia Vinichenko do this with the help of profound cosmic energies. Cryon says to expect more and more new ways work with the pineal gland. We need to remember that everything is about energy, frequency, and vibration. One just needs to find the most suitable form of tapping those immense reserves. Now, if you decide that our way is the way that you want to proceed with activation of your pineal gland and working with that, then let me tell a few words how the pineal gland is actually activated. So on the far left, you see the picture of the pineal gland the way it is for most people. Now, during the initiation or attunement, as we like to call it, you get initiation for an energy. Please look at this as your pineal gland is a radio set. We're tuned to different stations. So you don't know where they are, but once you get that particular number, you can tune to it, you can listen, you can use it. The same thing goes to the energy frequency. Once we provide you with a key, with attunement, with initiation to the energy, then you can use it forever. Well, not forever, but till the day you die. And nothing else is required. I mean, you can use it for yourself, you can use it for others, but once that initial activation is done, nobody can take it away from you, and it's yours for as long as you choose to use it. Now, on the far right, you see what the brain looks like after the initiation. So as you can see, there are no implants, no programming, nothing that that can possibly hurt you in any way. It's just a tuning, a frequency for your mind to remember and tune in every time that you need help. Now, how does this actually work? If you look at this picture, you can see our society as a whole. So most of the people, they do not care. They run around doing their own business, their mortgages, their car payments. They don't really care about spiritual world or religion or anything like that, except maybe for Christmas when it's time to do the shopping. But there are those who seek, the seekers, that think that there are more than we see, where there is more than meets the eye. And they are looking for the best way to connect with divine, to break through the veil. Some people are only at the beginning of that way, some are really close. But there are those, like ourselves, that broke through. And once you break through that barrier, you are connected to the multiple divine entities that help you and that pass information and energies for you. One thing to remember is that, first of all, there are a lot of them. The second thing is that they are always there to help. They want to help. If you remember the Sistine Chapel in Rome and the famous picture where there is an Adam and God extending hands to each other and there is a small gap between those. Now, to fill that gap, it's not the job of a God, divine, whatever you want to call it. It's a job of a man to extend the hand a little further and to tap into immense reserve, to tap to the loving help and change something in their lives. Now, once a person gets those energy modalities, now it's their job to pass it on to other people, because the knowledge that resides only with one person is not a good knowledge. The knowledge is always meant to share. So this is what a typical seminar would look like. A teacher, which is the guy on the left here, creates a field in the room or whenever the participant is. And within that safe environment, the divine entity that originally transmitted the energies, the frequencies, passes them to the students. And once the students receive those, then can use those frequencies, those energies, to whatever the desired outcome is. Now, here is a picture of, again, the pineal gland and how it works. So on the left, you see the activated pineal gland with connection to the frequency. So the person on your left can connect to an energy, and energy responds back to that person. Now, on the right, you see the typical human beings, and the pineal gland is not activated. And when they call upon a help, nothing happens. Now, that brings us to the question, what is an energy? And there are multiple answers to that question. Some can say that it's a frequency, it's a particle, it's a wave, it's a motion. It is even the force from the Star Wars. But what you really need to understand that it's intelligence and it's all of the above. When I talk to scientific people that say that something like this is not possible, we can't measure this, hence it does not exist, the question that I like to ask them is whether or not electricity existed in the 15th century. And if you think of this, in 15th century there were no tools to measure voltage, even to see electricity. Yet there was an electricity. There were lightnings, there were EMF of the magnetic field of the Earth. It did exist, we just couldn't measure it. We could barely see that, and we could not utilize it at all. So the energies we are talking about, they are of the same nature. Right now the science cannot measure them, but it doesn't mean that they don't exist. There are a lot of people who can sense them, who live with them, who use them. And those people, for those people, they exist, and they're successful in understanding what they are and what they're doing. So the picture on the right gives you a better understanding. If you want to think of an energy as lightning, then yes, this is an energy. If you want to think of it as a frequency, yes, it is a frequency. But most of all, it's a collection of spiritual beings that are there to help you, who are willing and just looking forward to this. You just need to ask. Now, what can you use it for? You can use it for your own spiritual growth and enlightenment. You can use it to heal yourself. You can use it to help Gaia, to help the planet, the country, whatever. Or you can use it on others. For those who are not yet ready to receive it on their own, but they need help and they ask for that help. So, like I said, it's for both personal and professional use. Now, here are the two examples of what the energy is, of what kind of the energies that we teach and present. So the first one is called Grinda. It's a clearing energy. But when most people talk about clearing, they think of, oh, there is some blockages in my energy system, or something of that matter. But the clearing goes much further than that. The clearing is a clearing of your channel to divinity. The clearing is a clearing for the obstacles in your life. It's a clearing of the illnesses that you have in your internal organs or your energy structure. So there are multiple uses of this. One of my favorite ones is the clearing of the, any type of a room. Because I know that a lot of you have been to a hotel room and just didn't feel right. Maybe it's because, the maid didn't get tipped and she was mad. Maybe the people who stayed there before, they were upset or angry or they had a quarrel of some sort. But when you move into that room, it just doesn't feel right and you don't feel comfortable, you don't get a good night's sleep, so on and so forth. So one of the uses of clearing energy is to clean that room up and make it perfect for you. Another example is Rona, is energy of restoration and regeneration. When Bruce Lipton was writing his book, The Biology of Belief, he was talking about the perfect environment for the cells to regenerate. What we must understand is that we as humans have perfect machines in our disposals, our bodies, that can recreate any cell during our entire lifetime. So the same cells that produce a broken liver can produce a brand new and healthy ones. All you need is to provide the perfect environment for them to do that. And that's an example of regeneration and rejuvenation. You can see Fukushima, for example, where the natural balance has been significantly distorted. You can apply that energy on the planetary level and restore balance there, restore the environment, and get rid of the nuclear fallout. Because I believe one of the famous channels said that it's the human heart that can transmute radioactive materials into something harmless. So this would help you do just that. And another thing is that relationship, something that we all want to have, a healthy relationship that is symbiotic in nature. Because all too often we have two people that are living together that like or even love each other, but one is a leader, another one is not. One is a taker, another one is given. And in most cases, it's not symbiotic relationship, it's parasitical relationship. It's relationships that ends up in divorce or broken families or broken lives. Now, you can use an energy as well to restore the symbiotic way of the relationship the way it was supposed to be. And it's not just relationship between two people as a family. It's also a relationship at your work. For example, if you have a situation at the place where you earn your living and it used to be a great team where everybody understood each other and they liked each other, but all of a sudden there are quarrels, there are politics, there are micromanagement, and you want to do something about this, and you don't want to just leave because you like the place, and I don't know, the benefits are good, the pay is good, or it's close to home, or the hours are nice, something like this, and I want to do something about this. So use of an energy is also going to help. Now, before we proceed any further, what I have to stress is that there is no silver bullet in this sense. So when we're talking about healing, we have to realize that every chronic disease that a person has to do with this person's life lesson. So for example, if you have a bad liver, it means that you have anger issues, and your lesson is to overcome those anger issues. So even if your liver will be fixed, whether it's by pharmaceutical means or a healer is going to take care of this, that problem is not going to go away. It's just going to manifest itself in a different form of whether it's an illness or a life situation where you don't hurt anymore, but you come to new work where everything is good, you seemed to be good, you moved to another side of the country, and now all of a sudden your boss is a moron who just really sucks the blood out of you. That would be a direct result of you not addressing the problem in the first place. But the tools that we do provide, once you realize that there are root causes for everything, the tools that we provide, they help you greatly in overcoming this. So having said that, what I'd like to do is to give a taste of those energies for everybody in this room. So what it's going to be is going to be maybe 2-3 minutes, maybe 5. We're gonna give you a taste of what an energy is like. So the energy is going to run through you. You don't get initiation. You don't get any lasting effects. So you're not going to be violated in any way. But it's just going to give you a taste of what I'm talking about. So if everybody just could uncross your legs, sit back, relax, and close your eyes, and we're going to begin. And we are done with tasting. So take your time if you need it. What I would like to tell you is that the response to to such an experience deeply varies from people feeling nothing at all to people literally going in circles while standing right where they are. So to facilitate it further, what we really do is we bring you to the gym, we explain you how the treadmill works, and we give you the treadmill. Now, depending on your natural ability, initial natural ability, and your training before that, you will either barely walk or you'll run at 6 miles an hour. The rest will depend on how much effort you're going to invest in it. The truth is that even you invest at least a little bit of effort, it's still going to be way better than you were before. So the energies that I gave you the taste of, there were three. The first one was a clearing energy. The second one was the regeneration one. And the third one was a serenity or bliss. Now, is there anyone in the room who would like to share an experience? Okay, no takers. So does it mean that nobody felt anything? Oh, yes. So that's the switch between the cleansing and regeneration. Oh, the second is what might be, like I said. So the human reaction to those vary deeply, but it's a good thing that you felt that. Anyone else? No? Yes? Very nice. Very nice. Okay, Mom, can you turn the slide? Okay, so then we can proceed further. So now we did talk about the personal use of an energy. So here are some examples of the professional use. There are many people who have chakra disbalance, and then again, different people see it a different way. So on the middle and the right picture, I just gave some examples of what it's going to look like. So again, you can have a balance in energy, and you can work on a person to fix that. Now, the second use is dealing with blockages, which is the very left picture, where the main energy meridians of the people are blocked. And this is where you use the clearing energy, so that the flow keep on going and the person feels better and maybe not drain energies from others. Now, the second thing is what I call inner parasites. What you all have to understand that we're all children of God, and we are gods in our own right, which means that when we wish something to happen, especially on an energetically level, we create it. So when you feel bad about yourself, and you feel bad enough for enough time, you create a parasite that lives in you, an energy being that just keeps on sucking the energy out of you. And it's your own creation. It's not that somebody cursed you or anything like that. It's your own creation, and it's eating you from inside out. And something like that you can deal again with a clearing energy. There are also the outer parasites. And what it means is that when a person has what I call hooks, where the hooks are made of negative emotions. So you feel extremely angry, or you feel upset, or you feel depressed. You create something for the outside parasitical force to attach to you. This is an explanation why curses work on some people and don't on others. Because a person who doesn't have the bridge in the energy field does not have hooks, and there is nothing for a parasitical energy to attach to. And some people are so sorry of themselves and so depressed, they have many of those. And that results even more energy lost. And finally, my probably the most favorite one, and the one that I see a lot during the sessions that I do, are called the parasitical attachments. During the course of your life, you form a lot of attachments to your exes, to your bosses, to your family, to people around you. And in many cases, those attachments become parasitical because there is very rare the case when both people are equally energized. There's always be a parasite in the pair. And they will suck the energy out of you. And sometimes even if you departed from that person and you think that it's all behind you, that connection still exists. Because the trick is that both people has to wish for that connection to end. And if at least one of them doesn't, then the connection still exists and you need somebody to cut that cord. And I literally have seen the situation when, let's say, cutting a cord with an ex-husband moved people from almost a depression to being full of life. And then again, this is something that you can use professionally with the use of an energy. Now, who we are. So, my name is Ilya Vinichenko, and I'm a co-founder of Potential Activation Center. I channeled the Antares Spiral energy modality. That's the one I teach. It's 33 energies and 11 different progressions within it. I'm a channel and a guide and an instructor.